Welcome to KayfabeOnlyBrother, the internet's premier wrestling audio show.
Welcome to KayfabeOnlyBrother. Think we're going to get started out with tonight's show by kicking it off with Raw. Paulie Baby, hit us with some Raw results.
All right. The show started with everybody in the ring, but I'm just going to go through the results because
super
Kevin
enthusiastic.
Paul, did you have an issue with Raw this week?
I have an issue with Raw every week.
Really?
This week,
I personally like this week, but do your thing, and we'll get into it.
What bothers me, and you're going to notice a theme throughout, is they keep teaming up these people that haven't been on the team before, and they keep beating established tag teams.
It's not even that either. It's literally the same 10 wrestlers, and they're all involved in the same, and like they're all just getting switched around. It's New Day, Enzo and Cass, the main event picture, and they just keep getting thrown in matches against one another, and then it's a different matchup against somebody else, and it's terrible.
Well, this week was to show how dominant their main event picture is, but I understand, yes, they made the tag team division look weak. But
I mean, the first match
it showed how dominant the main event guys are, and that they belong in the main event picture, and those other guys don't. It serves its purpose doing that.
The first match itself, Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns against Sheamus and Cesaro, you would think they would finally start telling the story of how Sheamus and Cesaro are starting to get along, and Owens and Reigns can't, but no, they lost. Because that's what happens. And then later on, 2 matches down, Strowman, Jericho, and Rollins beat the New Day, and those are your tag team champions, and they lose every non-title match. We talked about it a couple weeks ago.
I believe that was last week, if I'm not mistaken. You weren't very happy about that then either.
No, it doesn't make sense. Every non-title match they lose.
You're not wrong. It doesn't, but at the same time, it's at least they're winning when it matters. I guess. I don't know.
They lost their last pay-per-view match.
I know,
but it didn't matter. The title wasn't on the line.
And the pay-per-view match before that.
It was. I'm sorry.
And the pay-per-view match before that, they only win by disqualification when the title's on the line. They lose when it's not on the line. Or they lose by disqualification. I don't know. It's annoying.
They lost by what? A disqualification or a count-out last pay-per-view?
Well, DQ. Francesco got involved.
Oh, that's right. We did talk about that.
Yeah, we did. All right.
How about the new trombone coming out this week?
There's another trombone? I didn't watch Raw.
Yeah, it's
I forget the name. Francesco's cousin.
It's like Hyper Francesca or something like that. It's all Dragon Ball Z references, I believe.
Francesca Turbo or something.
Yeah.
No,
I remember it because of Turbo
like
Man and Arnold Schwarzenegger, who, by the way, made a cameo in SmackDown. Not this week. It was a clip from 1999. I should have said that better. They showed a clip from 99 when they gave him the title, I believe.
I do recall that.
It was a great episode. Triple H was so pissed. He was so angry that he had to work for his title, and they just gave Schwarzenegger one for showing up.
But
that was during the time I wasn't watching.
Doesn't Triple H give out titles all the time now?
Yeah, Iron Man. That's what happens when you join the corporation.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true.
So, want to go down some Raw results, Paul, and then we'll get into whatever we need to get into?
Yeah, we covered the first match. The next one, Sami Zayn beat Bo Dallas, which they pushed Bo Dallas for like 2 weeks, and now he keeps losing. Strowman, Jericho, Rollins
this week was to help give Sami Zayn some heat leading into the pay-per-view.
And we'll get to what that match is on SmackDown, because that changed a little bit.
Yeah, I like that.
Brian Kendrick defeated Sin Cara while he was on the way to, he's making up for pissing off Jericho off TV.
You know what? Wait, hold on. How come it was happened when they were a tag team, when Sin Cara and Kalisto were a tag team, and like if you fought one of them, the week before you would fight the other one because they're the same person, and now they're doing it and they're not even on the same brand.
Well, they're just having Sin Cara lose because he's going to not win another match for weeks now as punishment for his fight with Jericho.
He wins real life.
He's lucky he's still on the show.
There was a fight with Jericho?
Yeah, Sin Cara gets into fights with people backstage. He fought with He fought Jericho. He fought with one of the Vaudevillains, and there was one other person.
Sheamus.
What happened with him and
Oh,
Jericho?
he had a fight with Sheamus.
Tell me more about Jericho Sin Cara.
They were on a bus
IRL.
overseas, and Sin Cara was making weird noises.
First of all, you can't be in a bus overseas. That's how you drown. That's their first problem.
Are you looking this up and writing material before the show?
No, absolutely not. Go on.
Sin Cara was making an annoying noise apparently.
Whoa!
Was it a magic school bus?
Whoa! Don't open Snapchats while we're recording a podcast, guys.
Was it a magic school bus?
I don't think so.
No.
Miss Frizzle wasn't there.
Now I know why Sin Cara was so upset. Go on.
But he was making an annoying noise, and Jericho got in his face, and Sin Cara punched him in the head.
Was it the world's most annoying noise? All right. So Sin Cara's a madman. They should work with this as his gimmick.
That's
it would be a lot more interesting than the gimmick he's had for fucking
164 years.
Or I guess he picked up somebody else's gimmick. It's not the same Sin Cara it used to be. I don't know if we're all aware of that or not.
Yeah.
It's been somebody else who's been playing his part for a while now.
Like the other people, like Doink.
The original Sin Cara got hurt, so he was a temporary replacement, and then he wound up fighting the Sin Cara when he came back or something. I wasn't watching at that time, but then now they're with the new guy again.
What happened to the original Sin Cara? Drowned on a bus overseas?
I want to say he got hurt.
I think he was hurting people. He wasn't.
He was old too.
Got it. Never. If I was a professional wrestler, I would never ever have a gimmick where I'm in a mask for 75% of the time.
I mean, you probably would be because you're ugly.
Oh, hey.
Got him before I could.
People are gonna believe that now.
People are gonna know who he is now. They're really gonna figure it out.
What you would do is you would have the top open so your hair was showing because that's the only good-looking part in your body.
I'm gonna be like a male coach of a high school softball team and have the visor with the hair sticking out.
Yeah, but like a luchador mask as well.
That's a good look. I'm not even mad at you anymore.
You could be Cam Parker.
I would need to have the shadows of my nose like so it looks thinner though.
I don't think you understand how masks work.
Like makeup artists do.
Let's continue.
I like to think that if you had a mask, your nose would be sticking out of the mask.
So wait.
Just hair and nose?
No, there would be
everyone would recognize me.
There would be a hole for your
Wait a
eyes,
minute.
A hole for your nose.
Wasn't that the mask?
Like the mask that Gary has that I put on when I become one.
Oh, Gary. Gary's name, I feel like, should be banned from the show.
That mask you're describing was definitely Just Incredible's gimmick in WWE, the Portuguese Man o' War. That's the mask he wore.
Yeah, similar. Very similar.
But CJ's beard should also be showing. So like, just cover the cheeks.
So
eyebrows.
You could have one of those masquerade masks. There you go, CJ. Just get a masquerade mask.
So you just want to cover my eyebrows?
Did Cody Rhodes do that?
Do you have any idea how big that mask would need to be to cover my eyebrows?
Yeah, you got huge eyebrows.
Yeah, I know. I'm like Peter Gallagher's unattractive son.
I don't understand that reference. I'm gonna call you Bert or Ernie. Bert.
Call me both.
Bernie.
Choose it.
Anyway, let's get back on track here because I'm on limited time right now.
Hold on,
because I'm dying.
Are you in a bus overseas?
Jesus Christ. All right. I'm going to skip the next segment. We'll get to that and treat it like it's the main event because it really is. Sasha Banks and Charlotte beat Alicia Fox and Nia Jax. Big Cass, Enzo, and the club beat Shining Stars and Golden Truth. And then I tell you what, because they ended with the State of the Union, so I'm going to go back a second. But go ahead, Adam.
That Enzo match, I thought it was really cool how Anderson and Gallows went super heel when they let Enzo pull off his finisher and then decided to cut him off last minute and get the pin for the win.
I like that. Also, speaking of the Shining Stars, if anybody from WWE Creative is listening, I really wish that they were actually selling timeshares that I can go stay at. So maybe you guys want to buy a condo in the Caribbean and let me rent it for a week on Airbnb. Just a thought. All right. Keep going.
So,
Oh, you want to get into that?
No,
I want
no.
to say Shining Stars.
do we want to get into the Shining Stars Resort in Puerto
I
Rico?
don't want.
No, I don't.
I don't want to get into the idea that you just pitched to the WWE to buy a timeshare so you can stay at it.
Well, everybody. I'll buy a week. I'd buy a week. I'm just saying. I would buy a week if they offered it to me.
The two big
Anyway,
things
move on.
were Goldberg and Brock Lesnar finally had their face-off. This was really the only part of Raw I watched. I'm super not excited for this match.
Why? I'm very excited for this match.
I just
Only
remember...
because I think they're going to go balls to the wall because they have to make up for that atrocious nonsense that they put on at 20. What was that? WrestleMania 23.
WrestleMania 20, which, by the way,
20,
guys,
20.
go back and listen to our bonus episode last week where we covered that match.
Yes, it was.
I have a question.
And if you guys don't have time, I'm just gonna let you know it was 15 minutes that episode. 15 minutes 29 seconds.
You can listen to that on the toilet.
Yeah, that's how I listen to it.
You have enough time before your bus fills with water overseas to listen to it.
I'm about to kick you out of the show. I'm about to kick you out.
I have a question about the
Ask your
Brock
question.
Lesnar thing. Did Paul Heyman say that Brock was going to take Goldberg's kid or something to that effect?
No, he's going to beat Goldberg to death in front of his kid.
Yeah, but didn't he say something like your kid will be calling Brock dad? Like he's gonna gonna hook him. He's gonna pull a hook on him.
It's like when Eddie Guerrero adopted Rey Mysterio's son.
I remember that.
I mean, that sounds legal. He's not stealing him. At least
They had a
Guerrero
wrestling match for the rights to the child.
Like a pig
Yeah,
slip
there
match.
There was a contract. A pink slip? You just called a little Mexican child a pink slip?
It's like a pink slip match. Not a pink slip, just a slip match. I'm sorry. Isn't that what Ja Rule does in the beginning of Fast and the Furious?
Little Mexican child on a pole match?
No, a pink slip on a pole match.
No, that's not fair. That kid was definitely born in America.
Mexican American, like that Cheech and Chong song.
Southern California is Mexico.
Okay.
So you know.
Who's your favorite Mexican rapper? Snoop Dogg?
I've seen La Bamba.
Who's your favorite Mexican wrestler?
Juan Cena.
There's
So dead air there. All right.
Yeah. Paul's not as good at Paul Potpourri as we are.
no. I thought we were just
All
kind
right.
of riffing
So
on that.
are we gonna get into this? Are we done with the Brock Lesnar Goldberg?
Yeah, we're done. We talked about that to death. Now,
All right.
after that, they had the state of the WWE
Did you skip a match?
Yeah, the state of the WWE universe. Yeah.
universe.
We didn't skip the Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins.
No, he said they beat somebody and it made.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry. I've always skipped it. All right, let's get into the state of the universe or whatever.
So the state of the WWE universe was a fake worked shoot, I guess, with Shane, Stephanie, and Daniel Bryan and Mick Foley. I can't. Adam's laughing.
All right.
You guys talk about the state of the universe because I didn't watch it.
It was awful.
So
I
pretty
thought it
much
was
they
god
all
awful.
They all took turns talking. Shane and Daniel Bryan brought out the SmackDown team. They all stood face to face, and they each took turns talking until it got to Dean Ambrose, who I don't know if he forgot his lines or if it was meant to be, and he just attacked the Raw team instead of saying anything.
I thought he was going to turn into like
Classic.
classic Daffy Duck and just like start like stuttering and bouncing around.
If any wrestler is Daffy Duck, it's Dean Ambrose.
SmackDown,
I
Raw,
could agree with
SmackDown, Raw, SmackDown.
I do have an issue with Bray Wyatt out there wearing a SmackDown T-shirt.
Oh, it doesn't look right at all.
No.
And it's not like Braun Strowman went out of his way and turned on him. The dude was drafted.
Yeah, Braun Strowman didn't willingly leave. Braun Strowman just got drafted to Raw while the rest of them were on SmackDown.
The other thing is like
Unless there's some type of backstage story we don't know about.
you would never see the Undertaker in like a Cavs jersey or something like that.
That's true.
No, but you would see the Cavs wearing an Undertaker jersey. So, I don't know what your point is.
That's also true.
I'm pretty
He's
sure
just saying that
Undertaker's
Bray
American.
Wyatt
That's not
shouldn't have been
true.
wearing a SmackDown shirt. I understand that.
I don't like it. It doesn't fit.
I mean, he's representing his brand. You have to put all your shit aside while your brand wins, and then you can start disappearing and taking over people's time.
Why are they so into these brands? It's lasted for what, 3 months?
Wait. I actually that part was kind of cool. Seeing the SmackDown guys on Raw, it felt kind of special. It was nice when why? Because
I
the two
enjoyed
champions were face to face for the first time holding their titles. It was different.
I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens making fun of AJ Styles
and Ellsworth. He said, "What is that?"
I love Chris Jericho not understanding who Ellsworth is. What the fuck is that?
James Ellsworth being really upset he got put on the list was probably maybe the best facial expression.
It was nice. It was like a crossover episode.
Yeah, I like it. It's like when Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley would meet each other.
But why do these guys care so much? They don't get anything for winning.
Cool.
The Jetsons and the Flintstones didn't even make sense how they met each other.
Paul,
no,
if I'm in the Stone Age and some spaceman comes, I'd be freaked out.
Paul, it's exactly like the Major League Baseball All-Star game before interleague play. They don't get anything for that game. It's about pride. It's about what's in here.
So is there a chance this match ends in a tie? If Bud Selig comes out
before
Are you kidding me?
play.
This is WWE creative. It's probably going to end in a tie.
If they have Bud Selig come out and call the match a tie, I'll enjoy that. That'll be a match I can get behind.
And then Bud Selig will be a Hall of Famer by the end of the year.
Oh, and then he'll be our next president.
Oh, WWE. Not there yet. Overqualified.
All right, on to SmackDown. Paul, run down SmackDown for us, please.
Oh, I didn't watch it. I thought somebody else was. Hold on, give me 1 second. I can find the...
I watched SmackDown. SmackDown came from you live from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
Beautiful Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
They kicked off the show with Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan. And then Paul's going to go down the rundown because I don't remember the exact order of what happened.
Well, the first match was the Intercontinental title match between The Miz and Ziggler.
Yeah, I really think there's only two things... I think there's only two things we need to talk about from this entire show. The beginning and the ending.
Why? No. Why does WWE despise Dolph Ziggler?
They don't, but they're going to trade... SmackDown is going to get the Cruiserweight title, and they're looking for a way for the Intercontinental title to be given over to Raw. And having The Miz lose it is probably better than having Ziggler lose it.
And having Ziggler lose it on a weekly show... not clean was a better way to protect him.
Yeah, they protected him. He didn't lose clean.
Oh, see, my thoughts.
Maurice strong.
She pushed like 465 pounds over with one hand.
With one hand,
from like 2 feet away.
Yep, that was impressive.
I mean, that little loser from Mighty Ducks can't even hold a stick straight for that long.
His wrist hurt.
Man. Come on.
My thoughts were that they have The Miz cheat to keep the title. And that won't make Sami Zayn look weaker by losing because they'll have him cheat to beat Sami Zayn.
That makes sense, too.
Can we have Raw having both the US and the IC?
I don't think so.
Maybe they just combine them.
I feel like if they do that, that's just retarded.
I like the idea.
Maybe they'll combine it.
I like getting rid of that US belt.
I only want to get rid of it because it's ugly. And then maybe Shane will bring the European title back to SmackDown. And that's what the people want.
Because the IC belt and the US belt are both representing the same thing.
Yeah, you can't have the U.S. belt be the lesser of the two because it's the United States of America. But we all know the IC belt
is for all continents.
But America's better than all continents.
No, it's for the 48 continental states. Fuck Alaska. Fuck Hawaii.
Is that true? I don't think that's true at all. I think it's all the continents.
Doesn't matter if it's true as long as you feel it.
I like CJ's better. So from now on, it's the United States Continents title. Oh, is that what they're going to do when they combine them?
They're going to make the Pangea title.
That's great.
It doesn't matter. Roman Reigns is never losing the U.S. title anyway because he's going to be fighting for the WWE title coming up, I guess, in the next string of Kevin Owens wins by disqualification.
Yeah, in December they're fighting, right?
Yeah, Roadblock, which confirmed. That's the next Raw pay-per-view.
They're gonna block us from the new year.
All right, so that was the first thing that was worth talking about, and the second thing was
time out before we get to the full second
thing.
We're gonna
run down all the matches before we get there, right?
Go
ahead.
Second match of the night was They showed me something about Baron Corbin, and I turned it off because I fucking hate Baron Corbin. And if he wants to be a guest on our show, I will tell him that to his video chatted in face.
How do you know he won't be in your studio with you?
In my studio? I don't think he fits in the doorway.
You do have low ceiling.
Yeah, I do.
He's a big guy. Yeah, he might not fit in those little
Baron
ceilings.
Corbin, yeah.
So the next match was Kalisto defeated Oni Lorcan, which is an NXT guy with the worst name you can think of.
His name is Oni Lorcan?
Oni Lorcan.
O-N-Y?
Actually, O-N-E-Y.
O-N-E-Y. Got it.
Actually, he came out and he threw some. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It was a good start to the match, and then Kalisto did Kalisto things. Nikki Bella versus Carmella. I guess Team Raw women interfered in that match.
It started out with Charlotte coming down to the ringside, and she was showing the ushers that she had her ticket, which is sat front row. And
So she pulled an NWO move? She Kevin Nash that shit?
Yeah, she had a ticket. She sat in the front row, and she kept yelling, "Hi, Nikki, is that all you got?" And then eventually the women took their fight to the outside, and Nikki pulled her Nikki pulled her over the barrier. And then that's when the rest of the Raw women jumped out from all the other sides.
It was really weird watching Bayley jump somebody. I don't think that's like what her gimmick's all about, and that was really, really weird.
Yeah, I enjoyed that they all worked together to act like the NWO for one day. I really did enjoy that.
SmackDown prevailed.
I didn't enjoy that because I like the Raw women a lot better. I think I like every member of that Raw team better.
Do you? You like Alicia? You like Alicia Fox?
Oh, I forgot she's on there. You're right.
You
I
like
most
you
of the Raw
you
team
like
better.
Nia Jax?
I love Nia Jax.
Okay.
Really?
She's the first Big Show version of the women's division.
Oh,
Guys, did SmackDown only have 4 matches?
Yeah, probably.
Because
That
the next match,
truthful.
the next match was the tag team match where American Alpha, the Usos, the Hype Bros, and Breezango beat this jobber-filled team of Vaudevillains, Headbangers, Spirit Squad, and the Ascension. In case you were wondering what the Ascension's up to.
Headbangers?
Yeah, that's their second match on SmackDown. You were unaware of this?
Oh my god, the Headbangers
It
are back?
was their
CJ, when
third
the last time
match
you
on
watched
SmackDown.
That you didn't know that the Headbangers were back.
It was their
2004.
third match.
It's their
Oh, well,
fourth
they're
match?
back.
How do they look?
They look the same as they've always looked, actually.
Same
They're
gimmick?
timeless.
Same gimmick.
Same
Does that
gimmick.
gimmick
They
still
don't look-
play 20 years later?
they
It
don't look
wasn't
like
a
they've
good
aged
gimmick
at
back
all.
then.
New Jersey, baby.
They didn't have long hair. Why would they be headbangers?
You can bang your head
Because
without long hair. Look.
the hair has nothing to do with headbanging.
Oh, I have long hair.
It's all about moshing and thrashing in a hit.
Nope, that's moshing and thrashing. Headbanging is literally just banging your head.
And then after that was the only other part I wanted to talk about, which a couple different things from this, but they had the cutting edge, so Edge came back out. Started the
That ring
show with
announcer came back. What's his name?
Whoa, Edge isn't on SmackDown anymore? I'm kidding.
and they brought out Team SmackDown, and while they were doing that, The Undertaker came out and said WrestleMania no longer defines him, he's back. So I guess The Undertaker is back on SmackDown full time, which makes that
Not
show
really.
even better than Raw.
He kind of just said, "Hey, if you guys lose at Survivor Series, I'm gonna murder you all."
No.
He never said what happened if there. Yes, he did. He said, "If you lose, then I'm gonna bury." I don't know. He said something under.
Yeah,
said
he
that.
said something along those
But
lines.
he said, WrestleMania will no longer define me. I'm back, taking souls and digging holes.
Yeah, but if they win
but
at
then
Survivor
he
Series,
said-
he's not
he
gonna
said
beef
it-
with any of them.
He said if you don't beat Raw, it's your ass or something like that.
So they're going to lose the match, and then AJ Styles versus The Undertaker at Royal Rumble sounds awesome.
That
Kinda does sound awesome.
Pretty dope.
Pretty what?
I said dope weirdly. That's my fault.
Pretty Duke.
In
They
my
cut out.
defense- In my defense, I'm at work.
They cut out the ending of SmackDown like really quickly, but they had footage of afterwards. And when the Undertaker was leaving the ramp, Kane's music hit, and Kane came out, and they stood side by side and both raised their arms, and then Undertaker left to his music.
Do you think The Undertaker gets mad when he comes back? He's got a team with Kane every time?
No, it's
one
his
cares about
brother.
Kane.
That's
Yeah, they're brothers.
that's his brother.
Especially this close to Thanksgiving. You don't want any bad blood there.
No,
Yeah,
you're
it's all
trying
about
to
being
murder
with
him.
family at the holidays. That's why he came back.
They squashed that murder beef a while ago.
So
like,
you're
they're
telling
boys.
me Kane and The Undertaker sit down together for Thanksgiving dinner?
Oh,
Yeah, Kane has his mask on.
They have separate chairs, you idiot.
They used to go to Paul Bearer's house, but I'm assuming that Kane or The Undertaker host it now.
Jesus Christ. Picture this. Kane sitting at a table carving a turkey in his fleece sweater, his khakis, and his mask.
Kane absolutely hosts it, though, because he's got that great corporate gig sometimes.
It's really weird how often he's in and out of that job.
Yeah.
I can't imagine Undertaker makes a lot of money as a dead person. So
He's
No,
an Undertaker.
he does funerals, man.
He's a mortician. He's basically Dan Aykroyd in My Girl.
He's a hole digger. You just said it.
he's dead.
He does funerals.
No, he's dead. He can't have a job. He's dead. He's a zombie.
He also digs holes, man. They don't ask
Jesus
for
is
digging
a-
holes.
Jesus was a zombie, and he was a carpenter.
Before
But he didn't
that-
make money. He made no money when he came back to life.
Time out. That's completely different. Jesus
How
was
is
a
that
carpenter while he was alive. He was never a zombie carpenter. The Undertaker
know that.
has,
You don't know
and
that.
the Undertaker has and always will be a zombie mortician.
So hold on. The
Not a
two
mortician.
greatest.
He's an Undertaker. He takes
Time out.
Same
orders.
what's the difference?
The
He
two
digs
greatest
the
dead.
holes.
That's
two
not what
greatest-
Undertakers
No,
do.
The Undertaker, he owns
Those are
the
ditch
funeral home.
diggers.
He owns the funeral home.
First
He's not
of
a grave
all-
digger. He's not a monster truck.
I have 2 points. Whoa, Jesus. I have 2 points. One, he was an Undertaker before he died. That's probably how he died. And two, the two greatest dead people of all time are Jesus and the Undertaker, right?
Chris Farley.
Other order, though. I think Undertaker's...
Undertaker rose for more than 3
When did
days.
Chris Farley come back to life?
Oh, you're talking about who came back to life. Those are just people who've died.
No, comeback. Greatest life comebacks of all time.
I feel like every time I drop food on the ground and I pick it up and I kiss it up to God and then I eat it, it's like that food was resurrected.
All right, now we're getting a little ridiculous.
Oh,
Okay, and on
Wait.
that point, I'm going to move us along.
One more thing about SmackDown: the backstage segments. They keep cutting out the best ones every week and putting them online and on YouTube and whatnot. Edge, Kurt Hawkins, and Zack Ryder all reunited, and during their reunion, Edge just kind of mouthed the words to his entrance music and then walked away. It was kind of nice. It was nice seeing them three together again, and they kept calling him Uncle Edge. It was kind of cool.
Okay.
I guess. All right, so on to the next one. Who's next?
On to the next one.
Kayfabe Classics.
Turning back the clock to Kayfabe Classics.
Kayfabe Classics.
So this week we decided for our classic match of the week to kind of go back and watch the Trump nonsense at WrestleMania 23, because that's what this was.
I'm glad
Nonsense.
you qualified which Trump nonsense.
When you say nonsense, do you because the incest is with his daughter?
Oh, hey now.
All right. Okay.
We promise we're going to keep this as apolitical as possible. I guess wanting to fuck his daughter is not a political statement, though.
Not one bit. Not one bit. I hope he opens up the libel laws and the incest laws.
There are no libel laws.
There's also... Oh, there are incest laws, though. Okay, so...
You've looked into this?
WrestleMania... Yes. Jesus Christ.
WrestleMania 23,
What is WrestleMania 23?
which was really the
Donald
high,
versus
the high
Vince.
watermark of,
Actually,
of bad gimmick wrestling.
until Rock came back, that was the highest buy rate for a WrestleMania ever.
Really?
What? The
Yeah.
crowd was dead during this match.
The crowd was dead during the match, but towards the end of the match, the crowd livened up. But anyway, this is the first time I watched... Stop
Go
it.
ahead.
Where'd you
Go
get
ahead.
those
We'll
numbers
get
from? Is there an Elias Wrestling Bureau?
Fax machine.
You can look up the buy rates for pay-per-views.
I will, right now.
All right, thanks. You don't have to believe me, but it's fine. So this is the first time I think I've seen it. First time you guys have seen it too. Do
Yes.
I think, yes.
you remember anything about this? Because I didn't remember a goddamn thing.
I've watched it online leading up to the election several times. Like,
So
to the end of the match, not the entire
so
match.
so it ended up where Trump buys Raw, correct?
Damned if I know.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
No, he just took what's his name's hair.
At a certain point, he buys Raw, and
Is that when he dropped real money on the people?
yeah,
That's
he
what the
did
people
not.
want. They
It
want
was real money. JR screamed, "Look at that! It's real money."
JR's never lied to me in his life,
No.
or mine, for that matter.
JR also had one of his greatest commentary moments ever late in the match, or after the match, but we'll get to that later.
One of his greatest commentary moments ever.
Yeah, so we'll get to that later. But
So,
in the intro leading up to it, The Rock throws all his support on Trump's side. So does that mean that The Rock isn't going to run for president in 2020?
The Rock is a Republican. He spoke at the convention a few years back.
Okay.
Cool. How many years ago? Because if it was 3, that's complete bullshit. There was no convention to be had.
No. It was longer than that.
It was at least 5 years ago.
So I went back and I started watching at the 2-hour mark, and there was I guess they did these little promos throughout, and they did one with Stone Cold Steve Austin about how he started talking about how his dad raised him. Did you watch it?
I watched the entire pay-per-view leading up.
I did not watch this. Can you explain this to me, please?
Oh my god! So WrestleMania 23 was WrestleMania all grown up.
Which I don't understand, because you think they
either.
would do that at WrestleMania 21.
It was because of Trump.
He's grown up?
Trump actually went to WrestleMania 10 and was really eyeing down a 10-year-old girl in the audience. He was just like, WrestleMania 23, that girl is here. You get me back here for that.
And that 10-year-old girl was Ivanka Trump.
She wrestled?
She could wrestle.
She wrestled at 10 years old and then at 23?
She's nearly 6 foot tall. She could wrestle. She's one of the all-time beauts.
Okay.
Can you name the other all-time beauts?
I'm just quoting our president-elect right now.
Spoiler alert. That's how this whole angle ends.
So go on, Paul. Give us some more feedback.
No,
I'm sorry. Adam was. Oh, Paul, you were talking.
No, so did you watch the Stone Cold promo, CJ?
I don't recall it, but I'm sure I watched it.
Where he starts talking. It's just like clips of Stone Cold, and he's being all nice about when his father was raising him, and he was talking nice about him, and then just cuts into whooping his ass. It really is incredible stuff. You have to go back and watch it.
Like video of him kicking his dad's ass, or he's just my dad was great. Fuck him, I whooped his ass.
No, he basically says he whooped his ass, and it's him beating up other people. And then he talks about how he's going to make sure one of the billionaires gets their haircut tonight.
He did.
Then I guess we start getting the intros, and the barber chair gets its own introduction and entrance.
First of all, they should have that for every hair versus hair match, because they don't have enough for it. But that it had its own music.
Super impressive barber chair entrance. I was a little upset. I saw the rope pulleys. It took a little bit of magic away from me.
It was at the very end you saw the rope pulleys, right? I was very confused how that was moving the whole time, and then I was like, oh man, they ruined it.
It was up there with WrestleMania 3 as far as entrances.
When they had the tiny little rings?
Yeah, that was great. They should bring that back for every match ever.
Did they use ropes for that too?
No, they had really strong little people carrying.
No, those were those scaffolding things that you see people, like the scissor lifts. That's basically all it was.
Really?
Yeah, with a ring on it instead of a. No.
Scissor lifts lift things. They don't. God,
they have to get places.
They have a time machine at WWE, and they bought 7 million Roombas, and that's how those rings moved.
No.
Sometimes things you say just fall flat.
So during the entrances, Stone Cold comes out, and unlike the last.
Wait! You're just cutting through everybody else's entrance.
Okay, Umaga came out, and then
Umaga himself with a broom multiple times.
And then Apollo Crews came out. And then,
No. You had that's Bobby Lashley.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bobby Lashley came out, and
wait, yeah, I think we're both wrong. That might be Ahmed Johnson.
I'm not having any part of this.
No, he had no knee pads on his thighs. That was not Ahmed Johnson.
It was definitely Bobby Lashley.
So, and then Stone Cold comes out, and unlike the last classic match we reviewed, he wasn't wearing Daisy Dukes this time. He was wearing an actual referee outfit.
Wait a second. I don't appreciate the clear racism that you guys have.
You know what?
Nor do I appreciate the WWE pushing the same gimmick on 3 guys that look similar.
It's not racism. It's that they literally have no other identity besides strong
I get
black
it.
guy.
It's not racism on our part. It's racism on Vince McMahon's part.
Big stance against VM.
Wait, you said that CJ looked like Bert and Ernie before. Is that racism?
That's
Because they're all
puppetism.
puppets.
That's puppetism.
You're a puppet. You're a puppet.
All right. Well, I guess I'm anti-puppet. That's all.
Anti-Popeye.
Well, Crime Time was also at this pay-per-view, and they weren't just big, strong black guys. They were also criminals.
They were funny criminals, though.
Were they funny?
Oh, maybe not. I don't know.
Shad and JTG,
So
all-time great tag team.
Also, I don't think we did a good job explaining the rules of this match. Should we get into that?
Real quick,
Hair
what's
versus hair.
a more offensive gimmick, Crime Time or Eugene?
Definitely Eugene.
Eugene was a good wrestler.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that guy a lot. But
All right.
it was definitely offensive. Anyway, move on.
So these two billionaires couldn't wrestle each other, so they each picked a wrestler on their behalf to wrestle.
An avatar, if you will.
Yes. So Vince McMahon picked
Neither of them were blue.
neither of them.
Guys.
we don't know how they were feeling.
Remember in Always Sunny in Philadelphia when they picked avatars?
No, I don't.
No.
That was pretty cool.
So Vince McMahon.
Stay tuned for that on our podcast. It's Always Sunny, brother.
Yeah, I'll talk about that next week.
So Vince McMahon picked Umaga or Umami. Which one's which? Which one's how your taste buds taste things?
Edamame?
No, Umami is the soybean. Don't be a fool. Umaga. Umaga,
who honestly really way more talented than I think I remember.
Umaga, and his gimmick was being Samoan.
You know how he died?
No, how?
Football injury.
No, he had a heart attack because he overdosed on painkillers and somas.
Oh, you mean the wrestling death?
Oh yeah, I guess so. It's not that surprising.
And then, so that was Vince McMahon's representative in the match was Umaga. And Donald J., President-elect Trump, chose Bobby Lashley.
Which, good for him for
So he can't
going
be
out there
racist.
picking a black guy.
He can't be racist. He has a lot of black friends. He has the best black friends. You should watch TNA sometimes. He's the very best. He's my black friend. He's Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
And then they went on and had like an okay match.
What? It was kind of boring. The crowd seemed dead for it. Vince was trying so hard.
The
I have
stars,
to give it.
the stars of that match were Vince and Shane.
It was very the whole thing was extremely sloppy. First of all, second of all, the actual match between the two of them was not long at all, and then other people got involved, and that's when the action kind of started. But the actual Lashley versus Umaga was very short.
I'm going to throw this out there. There's no reason. Vince didn't really do anything in the match, interfered. He was just yelling on the side.
I don't think you watched this match.
Did he get involved? I don't remember.
I mean, all right, I'll
His
get
son
to
did.
it.
But wait, early in the match when Umaga runs at Lashley and he pulls the rope down, Umaga takes a ridiculous bump outside the ring, and he gets right up after it. It was crazy.
Well,
and then Lashley took a similar dump.
He didn't take a dump.
Bump.
Some people might think he took a dump in this match, but that's when he did that spear to the outside, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or it's what
Big E asked.
It's what the Samoans call a stub toe.
Was he the first ECW champ to ever wrestle at WrestleMania? I feel like that's not true, and JR said that multiple times.
The first champ, while he's ECW champion.
He was the first.
WWE ECW?
He was the first holder of an ECW belt to wrestle WrestleMania.
Oh, okay.
Correct.
Right, so maybe it was true.
While CM Punk earlier tonight was the first current ECW roster member to wrestle at WrestleMania.
Stone Cold referees an excellent match, by the way.
Right down the middle.
Right down until he had no choice but to pick a side.
So up until then, from what I know of the little bit I know of Umaga, his finishing move, that little the spike, that has got him to pin Cena. He's pinned Shawn Michaels. He pins everybody you could think of. Stone Cold takes 3 of them.
Yeah,
in
he's
the
a referee.
3 of them as a
Super-
retired.
I mean, that's
When he puts
totally
the referee outfit on, he's the opposite of what the referees do. They would go down getting blinked at. Stone Cold could get hit by a monster truck.
Until-
Still fall a match down the middle.
until Stone Cold was hit and was outside the ring unconscious for close to 20 minutes.
And why was that?
Hell no, I
What?
watched
No,
it on Sunday.
Like, oh, I can't remember. I just watched it too.
Well, do you guys remember why Stone Cold fell fatally unconscious?
Yeah, he got a spike.
He got okay, so it took 3
Okay.
for him to get there. Out for an hour.
Yeah, well, I mean, he should have been after the first one. At this point, he hadn't been wrestling for years. He hadn't been wrestling since before WrestleMania 20. I don't understand. They're doing this year with Shane. They make non-wrestlers look so strong against their actual wrestlers.
What do you mean he's a non-wrestler? He did a coast-to-coast while wearing a blazer.
All right,
That's one of the most
let's
impressive
get to
things
that.
I've ever seen in a ring.
Baby steps, folks. So while Stone Cold's out, Shane McMahon goes, "This is my time to fuck somebody up in a suit."
I feel like he says that in his head all the time.
No, that's bullshit. And this is something I forgot to get to the SmackDown. He owns many a suit jacket, almost as many vests, 0 suit pants.
No, not one.
One pair of suit pants
Nope.
in his wardrobe. No shoes, no suit
Unless
pants.
he buys full suits and then just throws the pants away. Nah, jeans will look better with this.
I'm assuming he donates them to charity.
No, he trades them in for Jordans.
Is Shane the reason that look is like in?
Shane's the reason why everything's everything. He's the reason.
Oh, what?
He's the reason Lauryn Hill recorded that album. Song.
I want a YouTube video of Shane McMahon highlights with that song playing in the background.
So Shane McMahon gets in there. He does his, Muhammad Ali thing. Starts beating the fuck out of people. Finds a garbage can. Puts it on Lashley. Goes coast to coast. Fucks him up. Wins the match. Donald Trump can't take.
He does not win the match.
No, whatever. No, sets Umaga up for the match. And then Donald Trump can't take any more of this. So he sprinted around the ring and, sort of jumped on Vince McMahon and then punched him as if somebody who's never seen a punch thrown in real life or television or a film ever in his life.
And the crowd goes absolutely nuts. But when
During the election, he claimed he was going to punch somebody in the face.
Yeah, I mean, I would have played that behind all of his rallies to
Every
make him
time.
feel comfortable.
watching this, the way they shot it, when he jumps in there, until he actually gets up and turns around, that could have been a stunt double the entire time. It didn't. It just looked weird. It didn't look weird to you guys?
He was
looked very weird.
He was very uncharismatic in the match.
Ah.
And he kept saying things like, "What is going on, guys?"
Come on, Bobby. Let's go,
Yeah.
Bobby.
His celebration at the end of the match, the one arm up with the that was very un-Trump like. It was alarming.
He gets to celebrate the match because it's after Shane McMahon is awesome for a brief period of time. Stone Cold comes back in. Shane rips off his blazer and he's wearing a referee's shirt because this was all
Classic Shane McMahon. Classic Shane McMahon.
Because Vince McMahon's son is more equipped at being president or a cabinet member than anyone in the Trump family. And later, at the end of the match, I would like to run down people involved in that match that I think would be brother presidents. But not there quite yet. So Shane McMahon's all of a sudden the referee. He goes for the pin. I think Stone Cold comes back too. There's probably a stunner involved. Bobby Lashley wins. Obviously, Donald Trump's head's not getting shaved because no one on the planet wants to know what's underneath that thing.
Wait, in the promos he showed he lifted his hair up and it looked real to me.
I'm sure.
It's real hair.
I'm sure it's super expensive.
Is it his real hair?
It's real. It's not fake. I've seen a couple times during his campaign where he had people grab his hair.
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon petted him and made him look like a nice
real.
person.
It's just fucking ridiculous.
It does
I love
look
it, though.
terrible.
I enjoy it.
It is both a comb forward and a comb backwards.
I gotta be honest with you.
It's real hair.
If he ever loses his hair, he needs a good wig guy that's going to match that because he can't not have that hair.
He's not going to lose his hair. It's real hair that's on the skin that he wears over his actual lizard body.
Wait, are you like Brian Kendrick right now? Do you believe in reptilians?
Until about a week ago.
Ago.
I didn't believe in lizard people, but now I do.
Alex Jones, who's got the president.
There you go.
Reptile people.
Well, it sounded like somebody was welding.
Yeah.
Grizz really hammered that fact home.
So Lashley wins, which means Vince McMahon gets his head shaved. Which is
Wait, did you notice that the bell rung before the third count when
did,
Stone
yes.
Cold was counting?
Yes, I did notice that. This also leads to the most anticlimactic shaving of someone's hair I've ever seen in my life.
I also forgot to bring this up pre-match. Lillian Garcia.
Who?
Lillian Garcia.
Yeah.
Say that one more time.
Great. Lillian
Garcia did look fantastic.
Yes. She's no longer in the company, right?
No, she just left.
That's
Her dad was like dying or something, and then she went and hung out with him, and then she quit.
Hung out with him.
Pretty much what happened. No, I mean I could have used better words.
They
but
went to a
that's
Mets
what
game,
happened.
and then that was it. And then
Yeah.
he bit a do.
Pretty much. So when Vince gets shown his shaved head,
No,
he
prior
starts-
to that, Vince sneaks away.
Oh yeah, he does crawl away, but after he gets his head shaved, he starts freaking out and saying, "Get me out of here!" And I think the goal was he was supposed to knock the chair over, but he couldn't. So Stone Cold just walks over and smacks the chair over, and that was awesome. That was really awesome.
That was good.
And Stone Cold watching them shave his head while he just stands in the corner and drinks beers was pretty cool too. That was a nice touch.
I realized he was supposed to get his hair shaved and everything, but it's weird to me that they're holding down like a 70-year-old man and shaving his head.
He was probably only 60 at the time.
Okay, so that leads to Jim Ross's greatest commentating moment of his career.
Yeah,
Kind of, it struck close to home with me. JR says, the King says, JR, how could you be smiling at a time like this? And JR responds, I can't really smile. I have Bell's palsy.
I didn't hear that. How did I miss that?
I listened to it 3 times. It was beautiful.
I
It was true, and it struck close to home with me.
A Bell's palsy victim yourself.
I am a Bell's palsy victim, guys.
Not to be confused with Paul's ballsy.
Paul E. Terrible?
Bally terrible.
That's his finishing move.
So
Paul's ballsy.
Then we get the classic Stone Cold celebration post match. Beers are thrown in the ring. People drink them, except for our president-elect, because maybe not a little known fact, but overlooked fact. The man doesn't drink. Never had drink in his life.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't trust a man. You can't trust a man that doesn't drink.
No.
Wait.
You know our last president who didn't drink beer? The president before our current president.
George Washington?
George Washington, yeah. No, he drank a ton of beer. Smoked a lot.
Actually, that's not true.
He would come home.
George W. Bush drank lots of beer in his life.
Yes.
So you can still trust that man.
He also did a bunch of cocaine, too.
Yeah. I bet Millard Fillmore was the last president before that didn't drink.
So part of me would like to believe that Stone Cold's in the ring, pounding beers, Lashley's drinking beers, and he tosses Trump a beer, looks at it, and tosses it over his shoulder. That upsets Stone Cold. Because you can waste a beer if you're pouring it on your face from about 4 feet above your head, but if you just disregard it,
A lot of that beer gets into his mouth.
Stunner. Stone Cold Stunner. And that man deserved it.
And Trump takes an awful
Terrible.
Awful Stone Cold Stunner.
Absolutely.
It looks like it actually physically hurt because he took it so poorly.
Yep.
The best part of Donald Trump is getting Stone Cold Stunner.
All right. I have a list that I'm going to spitball to you of people I think would make better presidents that were involved in that match.
People that are involved in this match.
Involved in this match, yes.
Okay, please go ahead.
Please say the Miss Teen USA standing outside the ring.
I forgot.
Right. He did walk down with Miss Teen USA.
She's on this list. I think.
Is this list in descending order?
It is from most qualified to least qualified.
Okay.
Vince McMahon.
Okay, so also a Republican. I bet they share a lot of the same values.
Vince McMahon's smarter than to say it out loud.
She's only ever had one black champion, and that person was also half Samoan.
Shane McMahon.
I mean,
yeah, I agree. I feel like the Undertaker agrees too.
Jim Ross.
His State of the Union would just be him screaming with Bell's palsy. It would be ridiculous.
He's gonna bring back fake George Washington and fake Thomas Jefferson.
He's gonna describe our wars as a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Checkered past.
Yeah, come on. Stone Cold has actually been arrested for beating a woman.
Very, very progressive now, though. People change. Let's see. Who else was involved in that match? Whoever was pulling the rope to bring the chair down.
Oh, the chair.
The chair's on my list later. Miss Teen USA was probably close-ish to 35 now.
I really enjoy that he was out there with Miss
35.
Teen USA and not Miss USA.
There
Like
were
he has.
Even if she was 19, that was 8 years ago.
Stephanie McMahon was in a lead-up earlier in the show to that. She is far more qualified. Stephanie McMahon's a newborn child at the time. Jerry the King Lawler.
I feel like
Bobby
it's
Lashley.
a little bit racist.
I'm almost done.
It's a little bit racist on your part that you didn't bring up
Bobby Lashley.
His mouth is too small.
Donald Trump and Umaga, because he's just not an American citizen, and that's just not the way things work here.
He's also, first of all, Samoans are American citizens.
Ooh, can they be?
Second of all,
Trump's at the
he
bottom of the
can't
list.
be president because he's dead.
Whoa, they can vote. Why can't they run?
Oh my God! Imagine if Umaga was president and this country was run on the 3-minute warning gimmick, and if things didn't appease him in 3 minutes, he would just beat him up with the other Samoan dude. That would be awesome.
Everything's on the table. So, a question for you. Did you guys find any redeeming qualities of this match? Also, next week, can we do a good match?
Yes. I like Stone Cold.
Next week, we could definitely do a good match.
We're going to do the Birds of War versus Crickety Cricket.
There we go. That's a good
That's
match.
on our other podcast. It's Always Sunny, brother.
Crossover episode.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Brand.
The trash man wins.
Rest in peace, Roddy Piper.
You mean the maniac?
I enjoyed Stone Cold being stunned. Not Stone Cold. Donald Trump being stunned.
I mean,
how many times has Stone Cold been stunned in his career?
I would guess.
The Rock did it a bunch of times.
Yeah, he's been
twice.
He's definitely been stunned a ton of times.
I don't know, maybe twice.
No, The Rock did it to him a shitload. The Rock had to do it twice in one match.
Yeah, The Rock has done it multiple times to him, and I feel like it's a shitty Kurt Angle thing to do too.
Yeah.
I was at work one day and I watched 42 minutes of Stone Cold.
What's a shitty Kurt Angle
I had
thing?
to watch that same clip.
Explain to me a shitty Kurt Angle thing.
Like when Kurt Angle was like the sniveling little he was a real tough guy, but he acted like a fake tough guy. He would do shit like that.
Yeah, because he's the best wrestler in the world and he could do everything you could do better.
Yeah, well, that's fine. That's part of his gimmick, but it's something he probably did. That's all I'm saying. I mean, we can look this up. I just don't feel like doing it right
You
now.
used the word shitty, and I didn't like that when describing Kurt Angle.
Somewhere in the milk truck era, I'm sure he.
If you want to say Kurt Angle, if you want to say like he drove drunk shitty like Kurt Angle, like then that I would accept that.
Jesus Christ.
I would accept that, but Kurt Angle doesn't do much shitty. He won a gold medal with a broken neck.
He lost his wife to Jeff Jarrett. Do you know how shitty that is?
Jeff Jarrett's got charming eyes.
What? No, he doesn't.
Jeff Jarrett's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
What? There has to be something good we can think of that Jeff Jarrett. He did that cool.
No,
that's
Jeff Jarrett's responsible. Jeff Jarrett's responsible for
Jeff
the
Jarrett
Road
did nothing. Jeff Jarrett's the reason that Owen Hart jumped.
Why does Chris hate Owen Hart?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Alright, so
Wait, does Chris think Owen Hart jumped?
do you think we can get Bret Hart on the show next week to talk to us about
No, that was definitely a suicide jump because he don't want to be on team with Jeff Jarrett anymore.
Was he on the team with Jeff Jarrett at the time?
Yes.
Yeah, it was the Blue Blazer and Jeff Jarrett.
And right after Owen Hart fell off the ring, they had to cut to a promo with Jeff Jarrett and Deborah, and the two of them are basically crying on air.
Because they read the super
Don't laugh
chat
at
note.
that.
That's awful.
Well, so this has been another Kayfabe Classics.
You remember
What
my
what
theme?
match are we covering next week,
Classics.
guys?
What match are we covering next week, guys?
Oh, The Undertaker versus Edge.
Oh yeah, that is what we're doing next week.
From WrestleMania 24.
WrestleMania 24.
So we're going into week 4 and our third match, and it's finally one that Stone Cold has not been a referee yet. All right.
Oh, I don't like that. Can we find a Stone Cold refereed match?
Sure, we can.
Closing thoughts on hair versus hair?
I think the election should have been hair versus hair, but that's just me.
Oh my God,
That would have been
Bald.
awesome.
Wait, you vote against the candidate you want to see bald?
Yes.
So my vote,
I mean-
my vote wouldn't have changed.
No, you vote for whoever you want. Just the loser loses and they lose their hair. That'd be hilarious.
Oh yeah,
Popular vote or electoral college?
Electoral College. The way
You think-
things are really
Do
decided.
you think Vince McMahon's vote would have changed just to get revenge?
Yeah.
I don't know. His wife's gonna possibly have a cabinet position.
I haven't heard her name.
I don't think that's true at all. by the
No,
way.
I've never heard her name. What is it?
Linda McMahon.
That's a first.
She was paralyzed at one point, wasn't she?
Yeah, well, Vince was making out with Stacy Keibler,
Oh, that
or no,
was-
Trish Stratus.
Okay.
Trish Stratus.
Yeah, no, it was for Stratus.
Don't scare me like that.
That was Umaga taking another bump outside the ring.
I think Owen Hart fell again.
From heaven?
Hey girl, did you fall from heaven? Because you look like Owen Hart.
How many times have you watched a later Sting match and just hoped the same thing happened?
Can we just
No, my
can we just
God.
can we make the Owen Hart match our classic match next week? We keep talking about it. We might as well break it down.
That wasn't a match. He died before the match even started.
He lost to gravity, no doubt about it.
Wasn't he
Oh,
fighting
so
the
Neville
Godfather
beat him?
or something?
So,
So is that-
you're saying Neville beat him?
Yeah.
No. Neville beats gravity, and
Yeah.
Owen Hart loses to gravity.
Owen Hart, the man that gravity remembered.
Didn't Booker T say that?
You are aware that we're not going to have anybody watching our show in Canada.
I love Owen Hart. He was one of my favorite wrestlers.
I do love Owen Hart. If
If
they'd rather, we can just make Chris Benoit jokes.
I don't know which one's better. It's like a good guy who dies in a sad situation, or a maniac who murdered his family because he had too many Molson Triple X's.
It wasn't the concussions. It was the
That's what I'm calling concussions from now on. Molson Triple X's.
They do the same effect to your body.
Yeah. Noel Foley's favorite wrestler was Owen Hart.
Owen Hart is a fantastic wrestler.
He was fantastic.
Also, for a long time, Chris Benoit was my favorite wrestler.
Owen
That
Hart.
is no longer the case.
Regardless of how many people he murdered and how, he was an amazing wrestler.
Who?
Yeah, but it's weird to go back and watch those matches.
It's not.
I watched one leading up to the hair versus hair match, and it was a little uncomfortable because I was
Which match was
murderer of
it?
Children. It was you forgot this? It was the forever classic Chris Benoit versus all-time favorite MVP.
I did not like MVP. Montel Latavius
terrible.
Porter.
What was his gimmick that he bear a slight resemblance to Ray Lewis?
He doesn't look anything like Ray Lewis.
No, you're CJ. You're super racist. Today.
That's the most racist thing that was said.
God damn, you're gonna make me look up.
You look like Mark Henry. Oh, I'm CJ.
Not as like a person. As a gimmick.
I really need next week for us to go on the air and CJ to be sitting there in the Aldo Montoya mask,
I don't know what that means.
the Portuguese Man of War mask.
Come on, guys. You're gonna get something in a second. Not like an ass whooping, just a picture.
Do we have anything else that we need to also
Yeah, we gotta cover some
on
Survivor
the-
Series and stuff.
on the Facebook page this week? There's going to be a the wrestling
Scorecard.
scorecards that we do. So
It's going to be what's the name of this pay-per-view? Survivor Series?
Yeah.
Survivor Series scorecard.
Survivor Series scorecard. Feel free to send us back your filled out scorecard to see how you do against the professionals like ourselves.
We're professionals and paid for this? Oh, thank God. I thought I was going to starve this week.
As long as Adam can give it to me, I will also give a link to the man who makes the scorecards Reddit or Instagram account.
He's got a Twitter. I'm not sure he's made one yet.
Oh, well, if you didn't make one, I'll make one. If you didn't make one, I'll make one.
Oh, there you go. Stepping up. Grizz.
Yeah, me and Adam have done that before.
I know the real MVP.
We just never had to do it for the show because the show is non-existent at that point in time.
So I sent you guys an image of MVP, if you want to take a look at that. That was absolutely his gimmick.
He still looks nothing like Ray Lewis.
He's got the you're thinking of Ray Lewis now, man. You got to think of Ray Lewis then. He had the breathe right strip, and he had hair that was.
Wasn't his thing? He was just an athlete. I don't know. I didn't know.
It was stupid. It was terrible. He converted to Islam.
For some reason, I watched an Inferno match of him versus Kane.
He got big.
It was right after I watched. It was right after I watched Vampiro versus Sting, and you guys need to watch that on the WWE Network because it's absurd.
Cool. Absurd. Tell us a little bit about it.
It only costs $9.99.
That individual match is worth it.
I mean, Sting walks into a graveyard and just gets beat up, and then gets hit in the head with a tombstone and knocked into a grave. And it ends with Sting being set on fire on top of the Titantron, or whatever they call it, and jumping off by himself.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at pictures of Ray Lewis. Maybe you guys are right.
Yeah, you just
of course we're right, because we're normal people and not goddamn racist imbeciles.
I'm not an imbecile.
On the plus side, maybe
not.
You can get a job down in Washington. They need 4,000 new employees.
That's true. They do.
What?
Everybody gets replaced, man.
Everybody's got a price.
Speaking of people who don't like black people, or only like them as their servants.
So covering Survivor Series.
You could have a servant and like them.
Does anybody have the Survivor Series card up in front of them? Do you guys want to talk about our predictions and just real quick because we're already at an hour and 15. So.
I will pull up the Survivor Series card. I have very fast internet. And it's broken. My internet's broken.
He said I have very fast internet and hasn't pulled up the card yet.
Yeah, I feel like your internet sucks.
Fantasy Warfare just got real. Can I just get the fucking the card? Alright, now I'm blaming WWE's website.
Oh man, I should have picked Houston. I had Houston beating Louisville tonight. I should have bet on it. Damn it.
I don't think this is the right place for that.
Alright, so the card is...
I thought I was getting the card.
We have the Brian Kendrick versus Kalisto for the Cruiserweight Championship and the right to which brand hosts the Cruiserweight division.
I feel like WWE does this a lot now, and they completely spoil what they're going to do by announcing future plans. And Kalisto's winning.
Brian Kendrick is the 5-2 favorite.
Well, all right, well, give me the fucking
really?
underdog.
Yeah, Kalisto's minus 400 on that.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
You wanna throw some money down on that one?
You gotta. I mean, if you're gonna look at the odds,
I have all the odds. I have all the odds up.
Okay, well, I'll finish my sentence. If you want to look at the
I have
odds,
all the odds up.
You have to look at the odds before the match actually begins, because at WrestleMania when what's his name, Brock Lesnar beat Undertaker, the odds switched drastically right before the match started.
Remind me Sunday. I will look up the odds again.
All right, so the second match is the current Intercontinental Champion on his second never-ending Intercontinental Championship tour, The Miz, versus Sami Zayn.
The Sami Zayn is minus 325. The Miz plus 220.
Nice. Good.
Are we saying who we pick here?
Is there a bookie that's going to take this money from me right now, or what?
I don't know. You would have to ask FoxSports.com.
I want to put a parlay on everybody in SmackDown.
It would seem a little bit silly that they would have Miz lose and have both titles on Raw.
It's possible.
No?
No, I mean,
It's
not
possible.
if,
It
not
seems
if,
silly.
not if they're gonna unveil a different title for SmackDown. Like Grizz said, the European Championship, maybe a hardcore title, maybe a TV title, maybe a grand. What's the TNA title they just made?
Grand champion?
Grand Champion.
Grand Wizard.
The Grand Wizard Champion.
No.
Yes.
You can only win that by being the president.
What do we talk about, guys?
I'm sorry.
This is our America too.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Barack
Now-
Obama's lots of things, but the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan he is not.
No,
That's
but
a fact.
the new one
Okay,
is.
The new Barack Obama. We get a
is
new-
two Raw tag team versus the SmackDown tag team.
That's
What are
the
the
10,
odds on that?
the 10 on 10 elimination match.
10 on 10 on 10 on 10.
Team Raw is minus 275. Team SmackDown's plus 180.
SmackDown is. Oh, all right, that's the closest match so far with the odds.
Yes.
I personally think that. The New Day is on Team Raw, and it's a non-title match, so I'm going to go Team SmackDown wins that
That's right. That's why I got you on. I'm backing you up on that one.
one. Team Raw women versus Team SmackDown women. What's the odds on that
Team
one?
SmackDown is an even bet. Team Raw is a minus 140.
Wait, why wouldn't they both be even?
I'm not the odds maker, man. I'm just a guy with a good internet connection.
Home field advantage. I have no clue. I just said that.
Okay.
I don't know who's going to win that match. I'm pulling for the SmackDown team.
I would assume the Raw team would win because that's like the future of that division. It's mostly there, right?
No, I don't think so. I mean, Carmella, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Nikki Bella.
I personally think SmackDown has a stronger, overall stronger women's division, whereas Raw has the
Top
stronger
three.
wrestlers. Yes.
Has the Charlotte, the Sasha, the Bailey.
And they probably have the top four for one that hasn't come back yet. You guys are underrating Emma. She's fantastic.
I keep forgetting. Well, she hasn't come back yet, so we don't know what's going to happen.
She's always been a great wrestler.
She forced Chris Jericho to do that show on the WWE Network last night.
What show?
Renee Young, the interview.
Unfiltered?
Yes. He kept screaming, "I don't want to do it," and she screamed at him to do it, and then he sat down and did
Is
it.
she coming back a heel?
It looks like it.
Apparently, she's according to everything I keep seeing on live shows, she's coming back as a referee.
I don't think she's been fully cleared
I
yet. so.
hear that about Stone Cold too.
A great referee.
Right down the middle.
Imagine Stone Cold just came back as a referee, but they never made mention of it, and they just treated him like a regular referee.
Steve, look at that referee, Steve Austin. Isn't he stunning? Now we got the men of Raw versus the men of SmackDown.
The men of Raw versus the women of SmackDown wouldn't be fair, would it?
I think it's kind of clear after the Undertaker came out last week. If SmackDown loses, which I think they will, that sets up a couple Undertaker feuds.
So here you go. Here is why the women's match was even minus 140 because Team Raw is the even bet on the men's side and Team SmackDown's minus 140.
That's not how that works, but all right.
No,
Yeah, I don't.
but they're saying that whoever wins one will lose the other.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, which is another reason why I think the SmackDown women win, because I think the Raw men win the match.
It's more important for those men to seem higher up.
I
Or,
don't
I
know
think-
about that.
or can we build this AJ Styles into legitimately the greatest? Like
Yeah.
I agree that he is, but like have him be cross-brand the best wrestler on the roster.
I think the fact that Dean beat Roman and Seth before he went to SmackDown and then went to SmackDown, I think this is where they get their win back. I know fans don't necessarily look at it like that, but I think
true.
WWE looks at it like that. So
Seth Rollins wants to fight AJ Styles for the right to fight Shawn Michaels.
I would be happy with them two in the ring because I've wanted to see them two wrestle for a while.
Oh, by
Shawn
the way,
Michaels and AJ Styles?
According-
Rollins and Styles.
according to all reports, Shawn Michaels is the head of, I forgot what his title is.
Yeah, what he's doing is he's in charge of like the top guys.
No,
And
he's the exit interview. After Terry Taylor clears them to go onto the main stage, he then comes in and makes sure they're actually 100% ready to go.
Sees what their feelings
Right.
are about God.
Yeah, probably, if they want to be in Jesus Christ Superstar or not.
So my boy Ziggler bumped from the show.
I bet he gets involved in that Miz match and
Oh, absolutely.
because they made a point multiple times during his match Tuesday to say, Dolph Ziggler's had some of the most memorable moments in recent SmackDown history. He saved
Survivor
Series. He saved a Survivor Series.
He was the sole survivor when the Sting appearance.
2 times.
Yeah, he was sole survivor for SmackDown one other time, right?
I don't recall the second time, but I do remember him with Team Cena putting on one hell of a fucking match against 5 people.
Yeah, the problem with that was he didn't win until Sting came out, and then he never got another win.
And they fired him.
Yeah, they just made that entire show mean nothing, which they do a lot.
Yeah.
They just retcon everything.
The last match is Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg.
Do you guys want to take guesses on what the odds are on this match?
I want to say that Brock Lesnar is minus 820.
He's 5-2 or something.
Goldberg is plus 210. Brock Lesnar minus 820. No, minus 320.
That goes off by 500, but that was close enough.
The price is
That's
right,
actually
Rose. You were way off.
That's actually a lot.
I mean, they never said the match was no disqualification, right? So Goldberg could win via disqualification.
I don't think they're going to let Goldberg walk away. Unless Goldberg's going to keep wrestling, I don't think they're going to let Goldberg walk away as the only guy to beat Lesnar without Lesnar beating them back twice. 2 times. Undefeated.
Lesnar bleeds, right? We get color in this match?
I think they both bleed.
Do you like color?
Do you bleed?
Apparently not. He thinks all color looks the same. As soon as Brock Lesnar bleeds, he's going to be like, oh, look, he looks like Bill Cosby.
That was you. You're the one who thought Ahmed Johnson, Bobby Lashley, and Apollo Crews were the same wrestler.
Because they have the same gimmick.
I thought Apollo Crews and Bobby Lashley were the same person / gimmick.
Yes, because Ahmed Johnson's too oily.
And he didn't have knee pads on his thighs. So,
So that is the quick breakdown for Survivor Series. Is there anything we're missing?
I think that kind of
how
wraps
was
this
that
up.
show 4 hours?
We didn't talk about the tag team. We didn't talk about the tag team match.
We did.
We just went over odds.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3,
no, we did talk about it.
4, 5. There's 6 matches.
Undertaker must be coming out for 6.5 hours at some point.
CBS Sports is breaking down WWE events now.
Yeah, JR writes for them, I believe.
What?
Kalisto and Sami Zayn are huge favorites to win their championship matches.
Huh. CBS got a good point here. Miz retains the title via disqualification.
Yeah, I think Ziggler helps Miz keep the belt because I think Ziggler wants it back.
Setting up a potential cross-brand rivalry once Ziggler wins it back with Zayn, because I would like to see that match too.
I was actually looking forward to that match.
Me too.
Because Sami Zayn can almost do no wrong in my mind.
The CBS has Raw winning the tag and women's, and SmackDown winning the men's.
Really? I have that the other way.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get on to some quick CJ Potpourri before we sign out.
Should I have to do that? All right, let me...
Is CJ Potpourri a weekly segment?
It can always be cut.
It's not pot, it's not pourri, it's CJ's Potpourri. It's not pot, it's not pourri, it's CJ's Potpourri.
It's not pot, not pourri, it's CJ's Potpourri.
You just wanted the intro in the next episode, didn't you?
Well, he could put it in. I like that intro a lot, but he could put it in right now while we're talking over us.
Adam, if you can steal a smooch from any current wrestler on the roster, male exclusively, who would it be?
Ooh. I'd have to say... does it have to be a wrestler? Could it just be an on-air personality?
Yeah, that's fine.
Tom Phillips.
Who?
Tom Phillips.
Absolutely.
Who? I'm sorry.
Tom Phillips.
Is that his name? That's his name, right?
Yeah.
He's the cutie pie. He's
can I
male Renee Young.
Can I tell you who I thought you were going to go with?
Go ahead.
Corey Graves.
Nah, I don't like tattoos.
Yeah, he doesn't like tattoos. Paul,
I'm not a
who's
tattoo
yours?
guy.
That is a great question. I guess the
AJ
most
Styles because he's phenomenal.
feminine wrestler would be Tyler Breeze.
That's a terrible answer.
I'm changing my Fandango.
Okay, so Breezango, you want to go on a double date with Breezango?
Yeah, I would definitely kiss my Dongo.
Adam's hoping it's a fat dong, though.
They should use it as a gimmick.
Fat dong, though? I like that. I want each of you guys to come up with 5 jobbers in your Ultimate Jobber Survivor Series match.
Brooklyn Brawler.
Oh, wait, time out. We're going back and forth.
Yeah.
It's a jobber draft! It's a jobber draft!
Okay, you gonna go first or second?
Yeah, I think he just picked the Brooklyn Brawler because he has
Brooklyn
his
Brawler.
wardrobe.
I am wearing my Brooklyn Brawler shirt.
I'm trying not to laugh too loud. Jesus Christ. You are dressed like him.
He's always dressed like him. He's been dressed like him for at least 12 years.
So you want Brooklyn Brawler number 1?
Yeah.
I'll decide who wins, by the way, and I'll give you a rundown of the match.
You can give me Gilbert.
You'll take Gilbert?
Damn.
Gilbert, was he a jobber? He held the cruiserweight title for
Gilbert was very much a job.
light heavyweight title for
light heavyweight
for 15 months.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Lenny Poffo.
Lenny Poffo wasn't really
Lanny
a jobber,
Poffo. Lanny Poffo. I'll fine.
He's an absolute jobber, and
right.
amazing at what he did.
Then give me
I'll
take Barry Horowitz.
Good call. I'm gonna go with Santino Marella.
Not a jobber.
What do you mean not a jobber? Absolutely a
At
jobber.
some point of his career, he was a jobber. I don't know if he was a career jobber.
Are we doing? Oh, so you can do at some point in your career you were a jobber? Because then give me Jeff Hardy. No bullshit. I'm not taking your.
Job.
Are you really comparing Jeff Hardy to Santino Marella?
Yeah.
I would take Santino.
He's has the record for the quickest elimination in the Royal Rumble.
He also came in second in the Royal Rumble.
Every real wrestler knows.
No Santino. Santino's been axed.
If you're not first, you're last. I'm sticking with Santino.
Santino's been axed.
You can't have Santino.
You're Santino.
All right, James Ellsworth.
Just because he's new doesn't make him the best.
I didn't say he's the best, but he's good chemistry with Poffo and Brooklyn Brawler.
I'll take Mr. JL with Jerry Lynn.
You a jobber?
He in WCW when he was Mr. JL, he sure was.
Yeah, but at one point in his career, and then he was at another point.
But I'm not taking Jerry Lynn. I'm taking Mr. JL. He's a masked wrestler. We don't even know he's Jerry Lynn. He's Mr. JL.
I want to hear it. No, nix him.
Next. You've each your view, though.
Oh, wow. So, I'm going to take Santino Marella with my next.
All right, so
No, that's not how that works.
Give me Curtis Axel.
Fine. Glow Dallas. Oh, no, fuck it. Tyler Breeze. Suck a dick.
Paul, it's your turn.
I know, I'm thinking. Coco Beware.
Where is he?
He's not a jobber.
Coco Beware very much was.
Yeah.
No.
No. Is this your 5th pick?
This is my 5th pick. Butterbean.
No.
I'm looking at a list for my last one because I can't think of any right now. Oh, Norman Smiley, done deal.
Was Norman Smiley
His
a jobber?
His hardcore title reign does not count as a title reign. It was a WCW hardcore title.
There was a WCW hardcore title?
All right. So let me give you my final pick. Crash Holly.
By my rules, that is correct.
Okay. I'm not going to give you guys a rundown of this match. all that matters is Brooklyn Brawler is the greatest jobber of all time. Adam wins.
That's fine. I'll allow it. That means my jobber team did a better job at being jobbers and they lost.
Yeah,
Oh, good job.
That's true.
I'd like to say, fuck the Brooklyn Brawler.
Oh
Not
yeah.
because,
Yeah.
not because he did anything other than he changed to the Boston Brawler like a big loser.
How did that even happen? How do you change where you're from?
It's a choice. He chose wrong.
It's not a choice. He's born that way.
Oh, he was born another way, but he wasn't born a
All right,
Boston.
final CJ's potpourri question.
Oh, I have to have one more? All right.
You don't have to. We can be done here.
Give me 12 seconds. I'll just say the next thing that comes off my head. 12. Do you have 12 fingers?
Go.
Paul, favorite Mark Mara moment?
When Sable powerbombed him.
All right. Adam, favorite?
I really like. Oh wait, I want to answer that. I like when
Okay,
he
go
made
ahead.
Sable come out in a potato sack. That was hilarious. And what was your question for me?
Which Jerry King Lawler moment was the most sexist?
When he pulled the gun out on his girlfriend.
Okay, and that's how the show ends. Oh my god.
That wasn't
Am I
on,
wrong?
that wasn't on air, was it?
Oh, on air. Oh, I don't know, puppies.
It
All
was
of
when Mae Young ripped off her shirt to reveal her naked self during the bikini contest.
And he was sexist then? Why?
Because he was offended by an old lady's breast.
Did he pull a gun on her too?
He should have.
And was it loaded?
All right. Final CJ Potpourri moment to just like wrap this up neatly. Unlikely, but not out of the realm of possibility moment that you would like most to see at this upcoming Survivor Series. Both of you. Adam, go first.
Oh. Not out of the realm of possibility,
Yeah.
but
Highly
Wanna
unlikely. Yeah.
highly unlikely. I'd like to see Bill Goldberg beat Brock Lesnar.
Okay, that's not as wild as I thought you were going to say.
All right, I got one. The Undertaker comes
I want
out to help
Owen
Team.
Hart to come back to life and be the guy that beats
Oh my
Brock
god, back to
Lesnar.
Owen Hart.
It's out of
The
realm.
Undertaker comes back to help Team SmackDown, but then Sting comes out and hits the Undertaker with a baseball bat, and Team Raw wins.
What's the
God,
likelihood-
that would be the worst possible ending.
What's the likelihood? And then Team NWO comes out, and then Team DX comes out. What's the likelihood of Samoa Joe coming out on Sunday?
Nothing. He's not. If he comes out, maybe Rumble, maybe WrestleMania, something like that.
You don't think they're going to debut anybody?
No, they do a lot of debuts then, but it's usually like announced. Besides the Shield, I think.
Here's what I want to see happen. I want Braun Strowman, for some reason or another, to not be in a
Timeout. What's his team?
Oh, I don't give a shit about this stupid
Brown.
Brown.
I want a Braun Razor.
Can you talk like Animal for every other podcast that we do?
Yeah, I can.
You don't want Strowman to do what?
I don't want. For some reason, I want him not to be in attendance. Maybe Harper and Wyatt take him out before the match. So Raw's down a guy, right? And like Styles is the last guy in the ring. They win 5-4, and out of nowhere, I want Scott Hall to come out, give him the Razor's Edge, win the match for
no.
Raw.
No.
That is not just slightly unbelievable. That is maybe.
There's no way he gets him up with his achy, drunk bones.
He can do it.
Oh.
I believe in him.
Wait, do you think his bones are constantly drunk? He drank that much?
Bone marrow holds alcohol longer than any other part of your body.
We're not going to debate the science here right now, but
So next week's classic match, can we all watch that DDP Yoga Jake the Snake documentary?
I can't watch that ever again. It's very depressing. I'm not putting myself through that. I don't want to see that little Asian kid get screamed at for trying to help that man's life.
So no, we can't do that. Okay, Scott Hall, Survivor Series. That's how it ends. So I'll put that up on my. Good night.
he's not on.
Good night, everybody.
Bang.
CJ, send the clip out.
Okay.
Bye, Grace.
All right,
Good night.
Good afternoon. Goodbye.
If I don't see you.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Bang bang.
Neither of you guys caught it. So disappointed. You know.
I have to make it through the cloud.